Today, a lot of people work very hard to get to have a good career, to have success in getting a lot of money in their salary, and it seems that fewer people think about how they can improve society or how their work can make others' lives better.
Yeah.
So. Well, kind of connecting this with your work, I was curious about how you started this.
Yes, okay.
Working in this domain.
Yes, okay, well, before, I'd like to maybe touch on what you just said. Why, why people don't. I think there is two main reasons. And the first reason is that you have to take responsibility for your life. And you have to understand that your life has a meaning. Mm-hmm. And the second part is you need time to think. Those two combinations. And we live in a society where people do not understand the importance of reflection, meditation, thinking ahead. And they are caught up. It doesn't matter their social level. It doesn't matter how much money they have or don't have. Their life is full of things and they have time for nothing, regardless. Mm-hmm. So that's number one. And number two, like I said, is to take responsibility and realizing that what you have has been given to you somehow. And it should be used not just to benefit yourself, but to benefit others. And in other words, why would someone want to do good? Why? And this is see, there is many answers, but sometimes it's good to know how to ask the right question. Why would someone want to do good?
Well, it depends on the individual's state of mind and how he thinks about life. Well, I think that the question would be, why not do good? Well, because if also...
It's the same question. It's the same question.
No.
Why would someone want to do good, and why not do good? The answer will be the same one.
It's about time, it's about what...
It's about perspective.
Perspective.
It's about perspective, I think. To me, it's about perspective. Because it all depends how you look at your life. How you look at life.
Okay.
The meaning of your life. Why you do the things you do. If I say to you, let's meet at noon tomorrow at Arc de Triomphe, the first thing you will tell me is why. Because you want to know why I want to meet you there, because it's going to take your time and arrange your schedule. You want to know why. Many people do things every day, and they don't ask why. They just do them. And this is a key point, to understand what is the meaning of your life. And I think for me, my life took a very different turn when I understood why I am here, why I exist.
So, would you like to share with us why?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of life?
Yeah. Well, I can't talk about generality, but I can talk for myself. I am obviously from France. Not a very strong accent. I'm from Paris, and I studied, but I had some questions. And the question came from my environment. My parents, my friends, the world around me. And I didn't see myself fit in this pattern. I thought life, there was more. But I was I would say, very ambitious young man, and without much concern for others. Just, my main concern was myself. But I had those questions. And to be able to answer those questions. In my case, I felt the need. One thing you have to understand is the background of my youth, because I'm 60, so that was when we had 68 in France was a big, let's say, revolution, cultural revolution, and lots of people questioning about the war in Vietnam. There was hippie movement, all kind of different challenges. So I decided to travel, to be able to find, take a break from everything and just look around, you know. And during this travel, I kept thinking, and I had the opportunity to have a spiritual experience that changed my life. I'm not very much a religious person. In other words, I was raised as an atheist, never been to church in my life, as far as I can in church, because my parents were very strong communists, which has nothing to do with what happened in Romania. I understand Romania was very difficult under the previous government because of the control and the security. But in France, people don't see that side of things. They only see the other side, the thing that's shining. So I was coming from a very strong communist background, very atheist. And we have this saying in France that quand on meurt, c'est le néant. They have this word, le néant, means nothingness. After life, it's finished. You come from the ground, there's nothing. That's what I believed, because why not? You know, this is what I was taught. But like I said, I was asking myself some questions. And when I had this spiritual experience, it changed my whole life. It turned things around, you know. And I felt like I was seeing things in a very different light. I was seeing people in a way that I felt compassion and I felt a caring feeling for others. And at that moment, I was challenged by something I read from a man that lived in the 19th century. And I remember he said like this, he said, I will go through this world but one time. The good that I can do, let me do it now and not defer it, because I will never pass this way again. And I decided to live my life to make a difference in the life of others and use what I had to make the world better. It changed my way of living, my way of thinking, and I realized that actually this life, it's not everything. There was life before, there will be life after. In other words, how to put it in English, I would say I realized that rather than being a physical being, having some spiritual experience, I realized this was the opposite. Actually, I was a spiritual being. I am a spiritual being. And I am having a physical experience here for X numbers of years.
I understand. So your beliefs, your religious, spiritual experience,
yes.
Is it close to one religion in special, in particular? I mean, is it Christianity or other?
See, I like to stay away from words that can be misinterpreted. Because sometimes we have some idea of what God is like, of what religion is like. I don't think Jesus came here to create a new religion. I think he came and lived to show us what God is like. In his generosity, in his kindness, in his compassion. That's what God is like. In his mercy, caring for others, it's forgiveness. That's what God is like. And this is what I felt like I want to pattern my life after. Regardless of the place of birth, the etiquette or anything. Sometimes we can think we know so much about everything that we miss the heart of it all.
Arrogance.
Yes.
So this is what drives you in your work?
I think this is what
inspires you, I mean.
Yes, it's. I also realize that spirituality is not a choice. We are spiritual beings, whether we want it or not. We have a soul. And for many people, they separate their belief from their life. But actually, it's just one thing. What you believe influences your life.
Exactly. It's what drives you in your existence.
Yes. It's what causes you to care, to want to do good. Not because it says you should, otherwise this will happen. But you do it because...
You're thinking about the Bible and Christianity.
I'm not talking about anything. For me, some things are, we have this word in French, aberrant. Because aberrant, I don't know if you have the same word in Romanian,
yes.
But it's like, sometimes I hear some people talk
it
and
doesn't
it just...
make sense.
And I understand why people will run away from religion. I mean, who wouldn't, you know? It's like you have this impression on one hand, I mean, I would make it's not that I want to make a joke, but paraphrasing, in one hand you have someone telling you, you know, God is love and He really loves you back. And then, on the other hand, if you do not follow what we tell you, and do this and that, God's going to send you to hell. That same God
that loves you.
That loves you. And this, for any intelligent and thinking human being, it's a paradox.
Yes.
You know. So that's why I try to stay away from.
So the main focus is on love and giving back.
Well, you have to have a motivation, and I do have a motivation, because I believe in the principles of the words of Jesus. I would say this is what my life is based on. And I feel like this can be for every human being, regardless of their religion.
And their place.
In their place or even their religion. Because if he has to be something that works, he has to work with everybody. He cannot exclude people.
Yes.
You know. And this is a motivation that causes me to want to do good, to want to help others. When I came in this country, I first started, I was trying to help a couple of orphanages.
Mm-hmm. Is this about your work with Strabism or something else?
Later on, in the more recent years, 4 or 5 years ago, we started the projects to help children that have a weakness with strabismus. So we made collaboration with specialists. Of course, we have one of the best eye surgeons for children, strabismus in Romania. We have a collaboration with them. Then we also had to make a collaboration with a serious clinic, because when you talk about eye surgery, you want to make sure there is no problem. And we found someone that, let's say, had a caring heart to be able, in that issue, to collaborate with us to make it possible.
So they're working pro bono with you?
Partly, yes. And partly, and in some cases, we get discount.
I understand.
So there is still lots of finances, but it's a project that people can support and donate to. Like they can help toward one child or two children or so on.
So how